According to Keith Morrison, his stepson Matthew Perry was content prior to his death, which brings him peace. But he also didn't get to have his third act, which isn't fair, the Dateline correspondent said of Perry's unexpected death. Keith Morrison, nearly 5 months after his stepson Matthew Perry died unexpectedly, is coming up about the sadness he still feels every day. During a Wednesday appearance on Hoda Kotb's Making Space podcast, the Dateline correspondent stated, "It's what others have told me hundreds of times. It's not gone yet. It is with you every day. It is with you all the time. And there's a new aspect to it that attacks your brain, and that's not easy." Morrison, who married Perry's mother Suzanne when the future Friends star was 12, said he finds comfort in knowing Perry was in a good place before he died. He was happy, and he expressed it, and he hadn't said that in a long time, Morrison explained. It's a source of consolation, but he didn't get to have his third act, which is unfair. And, as he himself stated, if I died unexpectedly, people would be upset, but not too surprised. And he was correct. On October 28, 2023, Perry was found comatose in a hot tub at his Los Angeles home and proclaimed dead at the scene. Morrison was photographed arriving home that night with his wife, Susan Langford Perry. It's especially challenging for his mother, Morrison noted. I don't think I'm giving away too much if I say that toward the end of his life, they were closer than I had seen them for decades, and texting each other constantly and him sharing things with her that most middle-aged men don't share with their mothers. Morrison talked lovingly of his own friendship with Perry, describing how the actor grew and developed a fiery personality that was so unlike his own. In a way our personalities were, as they say, chalk and cheese, he went on to explain. He was loud and out there and funny and aggressive. He continued, he had a fiery personality. As you could expect, mine isn't like that. But we got along well. I never attempted to replace his father, but I was there for him, and he knew it. We were near. Perry's connection lasted as he entered adulthood, with the Dateline anchor noting how the actor had a whirlwind as he dealt with the newfound popularity that came from playing in Friends, as well as the strain of fighting an addiction that was so virulent in public. He went on to say, he realized he'd reached a point where he needed to get therapy, and he was willing to accept help when it was needed. But, as he remarked himself, it simply kept happening, and it was a large bear. It was a difficult thing to be, a huge, dreadful thing. Jennifer Aniston, Perry's Friends co-star, previously expressed the impression that Perry was doing well prior to his sudden death, saying in a December interview with Variety, he was happy, he was healthy, he'd quit smoking, he was getting into shape. I just know that he was pleased. Maddie, it's funny how I was texting him that morning. He wasn't in pain. He was not struggling. Perry, who was open about his addiction difficulties and long journey to sobriety, became a vocal champion for substance abuse treatment. Prior to his death, he had planned to establish a foundation to assist those dealing with substance use disorders, and his loved ones chose to carry out that purpose in his memory. Following the actor's death, Morrison and Perry's mother established the Matthew Perry Foundation to assist those dealing with addiction challenges.